the OG heads, or I guess I should say the older generations, they probably think all we are now is lazy and do nothing all day. But the reality is we're all generationally stressed. I mean, because many people, they don't understand that it's actually possible to do everything in our power and still not feel like completed. So that's why like slowing down and just pausing and being present is actually a skill that you must learn. But before I can even talk about, slowing down, we gotta fix our mindset, bro. Because if you're a productive Chad all the time who feels like any guilt every second you're not doing something productive or thinking about doing something productive, you have been clipped, bro, by like self-help. I mean, it's fine. And I understand it because it's literally me. Like I spent so long doing absolutely nothing. So I have this big guilt now when I actually do nothing. So it's kind of hard for me to like wrap my head around still to this day. But 2 years ago me to now, I definitely know how to be more present and slow down time. I mean, but this mindset could actually like hurt you in the long run, like always being a productive Chad. So if you want to bust out of being a Chad all the time, you have to learn to actually chill and slow down. What if I told you life feels like it's just speeding by because our brains, they stop storing our boring memories from kindergarten and on. Our consciousness is programmed and brainwashed to just chase that next high or that next level type shit. But they never taught us actually how to live. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like your life is just slipping by as you get older, I mean, I feel you. I used to live my life like it's a long conveyor belt where items are passing by and that would just keep moving. And I would just grab that next item before it passes. And then I'd be like, I don't even like this item anymore. And then I'm on to the next thing. I want the next item. But you have to realize that from the moment we stepped foot in kindergarten, we all got compromised, bro. Actually clipped. All the programming, the brainwashing began. They tell you that you have to do good to be able to get to first grade, and then you have to get to second grade, and so on all throughout your school years, right? And then you have to do even better to be able to do even more school and get into college. Because, they brainwash us. That shit matters because the only way you're going to get a good job is if you go throughout school, you go to college, and then you get that job. But now look at us. Maybe we went to college. Maybe we got that degree. How's that job searching going? Still struggling? Yeah, they don't tell you that. It's not guaranteed to get that good job from that college. But let's say, okay, you did it right. You went to college. You got that great job. But now you're just chasing that next promotion and then the next promotion at that job and on and on. But do you see the pattern though? Like no point during this entire process were we told like, hey bro, just pause right here for a second and chill. Because I mean, I believe that's why I smoked fucking weed and I fucked with it so much because I could just slow down for a second and just pause. I mean, obviously I'm not saying go smoke some weed right now because it definitely drags you down more than it brings you up, and there's a lot more cons. But I'm just saying that's probably why I got addicted to smoking in the first place, is because I wanted to be more present and just pause time, because I'm always on that go mode. But I'm just saying, like, nowhere did they tell us to just pause and be present, right? Live in the present. Instead, they just brainwashed us in our consciousness to just always go get that next thing. And people are going to wonder why we're so anxious. Like, bro, come on. The way I found this out, actually, like no churl. Like I woke up one day and I realized like after I like been climbing the ladder of life, right? I'm standing in a place I was like, I truly didn't even want to get to in the first place. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck am I doing, bro? Like I grinded this just to get to here and I don't even want to be where I'm at, And that's probably why a lot of people, they get hit with that like, what the fuck have I done with my life? And they just get so lost. And then that brings depression, anxiety, and you're just so stressed out because you're constantly searching for something better and better, right? But I mean, I feel lucky that I've gone through a midlife crisis at 22, maybe 21, 22, right after I dropped out of college. So what I want us to do is like, you got to step back and just look at your entire life. Like, trust me, you don't want to put yourself in the position I put myself into many years ago. Like, definitely just step back from your entire life and ask, what's the point of all of this? I know that's a huge question. And it's crazy. Like, obviously, you're not going to know right away. But it's like we've just been so brainwashed to always be on go and to never stop. But we don't even know where we're going, you know? So, like, how are we going to be on go, go, go if we don't even know where we want to go in the first place? Does that make sense? Because we got to ask ourselves, is that the reason, like, why we're here? Like, just to chase the next thing? Like, and you can use that in any example. Like, yes, the career ladder or where you want to be in life, but also in relationships or friends or, you know, just any day-to-day shit. Like, we're always on that search, go, go, go. But is that what we're here for? Definitely not. I mean, I have a friend, he just, like, he smashed a life goal, right? Something that took him, like, many years to build. And when he hit this milestone, I was like, bro, how does it feel? Like, you did it, you made it. And when I asked him that, it's like it didn't even register in his face, right? How much he cared. Almost like he didn't even care at all. He was like, I mean, it's pretty exciting. And, you know, it just shows me, like, what's possible. And I can't see what happens next. And I was like, bro, what? Like, you can low-key retire, bro, and you're worried about where you're going to go next? Like, I get it. You got to have that mindset. Like, you know, to become successful, you got to never settle, right? I know everybody's always like, can't settle, job's not finished, Kobe Bryant type shit. But it's like, that shit kind of made me sad. It's like, bro, you literally grinded so hard and you got to celebrate every small win because that's the only way life matters, right? It's like, we got to celebrate our small victories and we got to step back and pause and live in the now. And speaking of living in the now, something that will bring you present is reading books. And a good book recommendation I can give is The Power of Now. This helped me a lot of just not worrying about the past or worrying about the future, because you want to know how the past and the future even became a thing? It happened during our now, if that makes sense. So use that how you want. Reading books, meditating, and just stepping back from this crazy world we live in where we're always constantly stimulated and going and got to be successful. And I think we are the hustle grind generation. And a lot of people think we're lazy and don't want to work, but it's like we're mapping our own path differently. And it's okay. It's okay to have a different plan than everybody else. And that's another thing is social media is definitely making us feel like, oh, this guy got rich at 18. I got to get there, you know, like, but what if that's not what you want in your life? How do you know where you want to be? How do you know what a successful life looks like to you? Like, it doesn't have to be money. It could be, you know, fucking having time for family or who knows, whatever you might think a successful life is. And that's okay. Everybody's going to have different terms of success in their life. One thing I realized when I was a little bit younger is we've been raised like sheep. Like, dead ass, like, we've been domesticated. So just basically follow the leader, to do what we're told, to sit in a chair, to raise your hand if you have to go to the bathroom, and so on. You only got 5 minutes to go to the bathroom. And that all happened as we were kids. So we were all kind of trained this way, like to chase grades and to chase jobs or chase money and shit. And we call it, you know, like, quote unquote success. But how do we know that's success? Because when you actually, like, take yourself out of the game of the way success is supposed to be like that, you actually look at it and you're like, that doesn't look like success at all. Well, to me at least. Because what if success is actually learning to take ourselves out of this race of the game of life, you know? Of what's been mapped out our entire lives, all the brainwashing, the programming to go on their way. What if getting out of that is truly success? Because personally, I don't want to be living like a sheep in this game of success when the real meaning to a successful life for me is slowing down. And that's the only way I believe to experience a real meaningful life. And y'all might be saying, like, but that's scary too, because slowing down means you might fall behind in the race, right? that you never even wanted to do in the first place. And I know it's really hard to slow down and step away from the programming because you're going to face that terrifying silence of your own thoughts. But slowing down, it's the only way to actually live and the only way to actually experience life versus then just existing, bro. Because otherwise, bro, you're just a hamster in a wheel that doesn't know how to get off. Like, have you ever noticed that as we get older, it feels like time actually starts moving hella faster? Because I do. But that's just how fast time really does move. So if we're constantly going, and going, time's going to fly by faster than we can even, blink. Like, as corny as that is, it's like we have to learn how to just live that slow life. And a way that I've been helping myself do that is, of course, reading books has helped me a lot in a lot of things. Like do like caveman shit, like shit before like technology, shit that people did thousands of years ago, because that shit still works to this day and they do it for a reason. Like, you'll even see me like commuting somewhere. Like, if I've always taken this road to get to, to the grocery store or wherever I'm going, to the gym or some shit, take a different route. Like, stop and enjoy the breeze or the fucking trees and shit. Like, I know it sounds corny as hell, but once you actually start being conscious of your mind and living in the present, I'm telling you, life's going to feel a lot better. I mean, it's going to be hard at first because there's going to be times where you are scared to do nothing, because I get that. I've done that and I deal with that to this day, but I've gotten a lot better. And just finding ways to slow down your time, because obviously time's not going to stop for anybody. So this all goes to say is, yes, it's good to be productive and be on go, but the main thing is you got to find that balance of slowing down and actually living in the present moment. Celebrate small victories, still be productive, because at the end of the day, it goes back to prioritizing yourself and your body and your mind with the respect that it actually deserves. So prioritizing slowing down or relaxing and chilling will give you an advantage over a lot of people that are constantly on go mode, because they're too worried about where they're going next and they're not taking that step back to actually see the road on where they're headed. So that's the art of slowing down. That's all I really got. I don't want to drag it out any longer. It's basically just learning how to be present and do some caveman aura farming shit. Caveman max to the fucking top. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of something out of this. I don't know. But thanks for letting me yap. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.